Well, the virtual dementia tour was pretty interesting because when I walked into the room initially and I saw a number of objects and items on the table, I thought it was going to be initially a speaker telling us about their experiences as opposed to us actually doing different activities that would allow us to literally walk in their shoes and physically and mentally feel how they would, patients with Alzheimer's and different types of dementias, feel handling objects, trying to do tasks, trying to listen to things, trying to see things, and having that experience is very enlightening. So we started off our group trying to do a series of tasks, but it was quite difficult because we had impairments. We had corn in our shoes, we had our gloves on our hands and our fingers taped together. We had glasses blocking our vision, so we couldn't have all our tactile functions working for us. And as a result of trying to do a few simple tasks, such as writing a list or trying to set a table, was quite difficult. And I immediately started to empathize with what some of these people were going through. When we tried to do a task which was focused around hearing and listening, I did not get any of the words correct in the different scenarios. And what it taught me was that I have to be more patient and listen more carefully to the people I'm speaking to and really try to be patient enough to try and understand what they're getting to. We've had the discussions about hearing aids within our own family, and that was a difficult situation, difficult discussion. I learned from other people they were going through the same thing. Trying to do a task, trying to draw and trace a star was exceptionally difficult. And it was very humbling because I thought that I would probably do fairly well with this. However, it was the worst task I attempted to accomplish. And it's very humbling when you're younger than most people who would be suffering with dementia, university educated, and you can't get your hand to do what you want it to do. And you're frozen and you're paralyzed. So that's also slightly frightening. However, what it taught me is that I have to try and make a better effort at how the person's trying to communicate with their handwriting or what they're trying to do tactilely. So if they're trying to point to something, show me something, handle something, I have to make a better effort trying to understand what it is they want to accomplish or do. I think it was a phenomenal experience, an incredible experience, humbling, because you take for granted what you have and you project that this person is like me because they're my mother or my father, and they're, even though they're having some difficulties, that we don't think of us being on the other side and having someone communicate to us and us suffering the symptoms of the dementia and having to deal with that. So I would strongly suggest that anybody who has a family member or friend with dementia have this experience. And although it was very brief, for example, I thought when I could not do the star drill and write out the star correctly, I could slide away the mirror. My family member can't. So for them, it never ends.